Hey guys, super pumped today to talk about how to find high GMV creators for your brand. We're going to go through a few tools that you probably don't know exist out there to find them. I think a lot of you are probably thinking, how do some of these brands actually get massive creators to work with them, these high GMV creators? Where in the world are they hiding? That's a really big question that a ton of people have for me. I'm bringing on Bora from Reacher today to walk through some of the ways that we're able to use their tool to be able to find high GMV creators, which I get just super, super excited about. So today we're going to be talking about where these revenue generating creators are hiding in plain sight. We're going to talk about competitor partnerships, how to analyze them, where to find them, to uncover untapped creator relationships. And then we're going to be developing outreach strategies that stand out in these crowded inboxes. And that's really what I've been helping for the last year. I've worked with Bora and his team at Reacher, and we've talked a lot about how in the world do we do this and help brands the best possible way? And by far, they are on the cutting edge of what this looks like. And so I'm really, really excited about this today. Bora, welcome. Let's chat a little bit about what you guys are up to, and let's do some walkthroughs of number one, where is the pain right now that you're seeing with brands finding high GMV creators?
High GMV creators. I think the pain comes from actually reaching out to them and getting them to work with the brands. So a lot of them are using our AI creator search functionality that we're constantly improving to actually find these creators and make sure that they're relevant to the brand image and the actual product that they're trying to collaborate with these creators on.
Can we go through, like, can you take over screen sharing here, and can we actually go through how you do that? Because I think that would be a really cool thing for people to see. We're going to go through a couple of different tools today, by the way, guys, of where exactly to find people. Even if you've used these tools before, just stick with us, because I think that there's some stuff that you might not actually be seeing of how to reach out to some of these creators. And again, for those of you who are on live, make sure that you guys are putting your questions in the messages as well. Bora, go for it.
Okay, so yeah, I just pulled up some random demo account. I kind of thought you'd throw me under the in the spotlight here, so I had this prepared.
Above the bus, onto the bus, that I'd throw you into the bus to show us exactly what to do. Yes, that is what we're doing.
That's correct. So AI powered creator search. So the current way this works is it's kind of like a hybrid of TikTok Shop's in-house affiliate search filters. So you have like your GMV, your category, things like that. Everybody knows these. We do have a few extra filters like post rate. That's pretty important, and then language. If you're yes.
Why don't we Bora, let's actually go through and, like, one by one, because I think it's really helpful for people to see, like, the nitty gritty of this. And because I actually get asked this question a lot, of, like, who do I reach out to? What filters do I set up so that there's actually enough creators? Can we
Yeah.
go back into that filtering? Because I think that
Yes.
there's something just really interesting there for people to actually understand, of, like, oh, here's who I should reach out to depending on what size of brand. I think that that's really important for people to see as well.
Yeah. So I mean, we can talk about if like a cold start brand, for example, just getting started on TikTok Shop. Let's
I
say
think that's super relevant. I mean, the majority of brands in North America are still cold start brands.
right, right. I mean, we see a lot of health and supplement brands coming in that are cold start. So I can kind of walk through that. So
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that as an example.
so for example, the category you could go with health, right? Health category, health and supplements. Sometimes if it's like a creatine supplement or something, you go with like sports and outdoor or fitness, things like that. But we'll just stick with health for now. Um, and then I would say if you're cold start, generally it's going to be more difficult to organically work with one of these like super high GMV creators, right? So if we open up our GMV filters, I usually recommend starting off with the 50 to 1K range. So if you go 50 to 100 and then $100 to 1K, because these are creators that, sorry, I keep closing that. These are creators that are like, classified as L1 or L2, right? Like they're new creators generally. They're somewhat serious about TikTok Shop platform and they're just kind of building their muscles, their creator muscles. But they've also gotten some traction, right? So there's obviously they're doing something right there. And actually, if you catch a good creator that's really serious about TikTok Shop in this early stage, and you kind of grow with them, and you kind of like work together to kind of figure out what works for your brand and what kind of content works, and then work more closely together and build that relationship, these kinds of creators can actually turn into like the $1 million plus GMV creators, and kind of be like the brand ambassador for your brand in externally to other creators as well. Like these high GMV creators and the ones that are serious about TikTok Shop, they all talk to each other. So this is actually a very good place to start if you can find those like star creators for your brand, right? Um,
So you're saying to start with these lower tiers to try to find some of them first before reaching out to the higher ones?
so I guess partially yes. So it depends also on your budget though. I actually do like ideally recommend a hybrid model of using our software to reach out to these, more fledgling beginner but good creators. But then also if you have budget to work with high GMV creators at the same time, like one of the brands using our software, we connected them with one of our partners, and they figured out how to find through that partner how to find these high GMV creators and connect to them, which is basically you just have to pay for their videos. So they figured out a retainer based model that worked, and they got a few really high GMV creators, like 50 to 100K GMV, to agree to work with them, and then now they're like, I guess you could say they're past the cold start phase. They're doing 20K GMV now, because these 5 affiliates that they found agreed to do like 30 videos per month for $50 per video or something like that, right? But that of course is out of
Gotcha.
budget.
And are you just another question here? And I'm not trying to make these sound bites, but I think these are questions that like everyone is asking. Is like,
Yeah.
how much are you seeing as the going rate when people are paying per video, right? So when they're making videos, you find a great creator and you're like, hey, awesome, I'd love for you just to make a bunch of videos for our page. What are you seeing as far as like the dollar amount per video right now when you have to pay a retainer?
Dollar amount per video. This question it's very nuanced, dependent on
I know it's such a hard question.
a lot of factors, right? I would say at the lowest range that I've seen, it's about $20 to $30 a video, from a serious creator, and then
Yeah.
on the highest range, it's like a few $100s a video for like really high GMV creators. But really, it's gonna again depend on, for example, if you're a new brand and you're trying to work with a creator and you have no sales, you have no reviews, you're trying to work with a creator that is in your category, maybe they're working with a competitor brand and they're doing really well for that competitor brand. You're like, hey, I also want you to like make these kinds of videos for us.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be in the hundreds of dollars per video, right? Vice versa, if you're a brand that has traction and you're working with, or you find a creator that really matches your brand and like really loves your product and maybe your company story and things like that and what you stand for. I mean, I was talking to Cassandra Bankson the other day. She's like this 3 million plus creator, has like hundreds of Ks of GMV any given month, and she charges thousands of dollars per video. But she told me that this one brand reached out to her, and she just like loves the product, loves the story, like stands behind everything the brand stands for, and she's like doing a collaboration with them for free. And they're like a new brand, right? So really, it
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. So that's the cool thing too that I want to just jump in there too, right? From a sales perspective, just remember there are many other levers other than money, right?
yeah,
Like there's this thing that you do. It's actually really interesting. So somebody that I'm going to be sharing with I'm going to be sharing some of their discovery tools as well is Fastmoss. And I just grew to love the people at Fastmoss. And
yeah.
I don't like they don't pay me anything other than like some affiliate fees if somebody signs up through one of my links. That's it, which is crazy. Just in case you guys know, like people pay me like thousands upon thousands of dollars just to talk about their products. So I love Fastmoss. So it's a really good way to do that, is like build the more of those deposits that you can build in the space, the better off you're going to be. Right. So I think that's really, really interesting. Thanks for going through that, Bora.
Yeah, of course. Did you still want me to show like using the AI
Oh,
script as well?
absolutely. I want to go through this is the nitty gritty step by step way that we are going to show you guys how to find these creators. So let's just keep going as though we're going to find these creators. I want to make sure everybody understands exactly the levers that we have to pull to find them, because I'm pumped to get into the AI powered search, but just alone, I just want to see some of these GMV selectors, the categories, etc.
Okay, you were mentioning like let me show how the number is changed when you select more filters, right? So we selected health. This number down here is how many creators we're searching for. So right now in the database, there's 2.24 million creators. You see, we selected health. It's already down to 478,000, right? Yes. So already like a good chunk of them, like an eighth of them, are gone. So then we're gonna go to 50 to 100 and then 100 to 1K, um, which is not much GMV wise, but you can see the number dropped even further to 31,352, right? So me, if I was a brand operator, generally what I do is, unless you have like, a need for an audience gender or something, usually I kind of stop around here and then start to use this like creator search, AI powered creator search, to go even deeper into the filters. But where I see a lot of brands make mistakes is they like go crazy adding follower count and adding like crazy engagement rate, like 5% engagement rate. You can see there's only 7,000 creators left now. They just like start adding all these different kinds of metrics that really filter it down to like only 1,000, right? Which isn't a bad thing. Like you can do that. You can filter for like the best metrics behind a creator if you'd like, but then that kind of imposes a different kind of strategy, right? Like then I would want you to actually look at the list of creators and make sure that your messaging actually matches those creators. Because a lot of people will do very general messaging like, hey creator, I love your content. We would love to work with you, right? But there's no other details behind the message. Like if you're gonna get that granular, I'd actually prefer if you try to really craft a message for that group of people that makes sense, right? That wants to get them to work with you.
Gotcha.
Right.
So, okay, so here we've got with our GMV levers. Is there a way to just exclude people who have made zero GMV? Because that's, I think, who we're trying to get away from, right? Is like the people who have never generated any sort of GMV before. Is that possible?
So the way our system works is, if you have like 50 to 100 GMV or 100 to 1K GMV, like any amount of GMV means that that creator has at one point at least generated that much GMV, because this is like looking at last 30 days. So just by selecting any GMV amount that's greater than zero, you will be filtering out any creator that has never generated GMV.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
Up in the top there, we have display creators with email. Why is that one of the filters, and what does that actually help brands with?
Yeah. So I would say email is a good way to kind of bypass these on platform restrictions that TikTok imposes. So
Okay.
a few restrictions are the number of messages you can send out, right? If you're a cold start brand, you can't send out more than like 1,000 when you just get started. And then, if you get into that first tier, if you make like one sale via an affiliate video, then you can send 2,000 per week, right? But that's still pretty limited, knowing that people
Gotcha.
like Goalie, for example, sends 20,000 in a day, right? And this is like 2,000 in a week you can send, right?
Yeah.
So, obviously you want to be able to send more than that. So the email functionality allows you to bypass the on-platform restrictions. We have just under 200K emails. And then on top of that, it actually,
Okay, so about a tenth of creators, you are able to get their email address.
yeah, and we actually have more emails than this. We just have to update this database, but about a tenth, correct? Yeah.
Okay.
Um, And then an email is actually a pretty good filter automatically for creators that are more serious. Like we found that most creators that are higher quality and more serious about TikTok Shop and collaborations will have their email displayed. So this is actually a pretty good filter for that as well.
Okay.
Quality.
Gotcha.
Email in general, like if you're sending a target collaboration, if you're sending a direct message and you're sending an email, that just like greatly increases the chance that creator is going to respond to you if you're hitting them in all three inboxes, right? So that's why we think email is a pretty good metric as well to work with here. And then if you want, I can kind of walk through the AI powered creator search as well. So
Absolutely. I think that's the really interesting thing. Now, can you explain? I know a lot about the Reacher tool, just so everyone knows, because I've advised Bora and Jerry and their team for a while. But like, I just find this really interesting, and I think a lot of people who are using these tools don't actually realize like how it's such a no-brainer to use a tool like Reacher in your search. But you guys have built something really interesting, and I think you originally built it for us, this AI powered creator
right.
search, because we were struggling with a client of ours that wanted a really certain look, and there's no filters that are going to go into that certain look, and we won't get into like the details of that look, but there was a certain thing that we needed to do with a massive brand, and so you guys went and built this insane feature, and I think that this is like what I want people to see.
Right. Yeah. So AI powered creator search, essentially what we're doing is we're using AI to watch all the creator videos and also analyze the creator video descriptions. Because the way that the search works in the affiliate center today is they just look at the bio and the creator name based off a keyword match. So whatever keyword you put in here, if it matches with the creator, some word in the creator's bio or the creator name, then that creator would show up, right? but we went one step further and we analyzed all of the videos of every single creator, which is very expensive on GCP. And basically, we are able to take that into account in our search. So, for example, if a creator has nothing related to Korean beauty in their bio and nothing related to Korean beauty products in their name, but
Yeah.
maybe they made videos where they showed like a Korean beauty product, right? Like
Yeah.
Mixune or Iliune or whatever. Then our AI model will know that when you search up Korean beauty, even though this creator is not a beauty creator and they don't have anything to do with Korean beauty in their name or bio, they will still show up because they have some videos that they've shown Korean beauty products, or they've talked about Korean beauty products in some of the videos, right? So
Great. And how does the system do that? Like what is your system doing that people can't just go and do these filters on TikTok?
so I mean, okay, if you wanted to actually do this yourself, imagine you type in like Korean beauty here, right? Um, you'd have to go through each and every one of the accounts. Sorry, actually not Korean beauty. If you just typed in beauty, you would have to go into each and every one of the accounts and check to see if any of the videos that person ever posted have any Korean beauty products in it, right? Now imagine doing that 17,000 times. There's no way a human.
So you as a
Yeah,
human would actually have to go through, like there's no filtering mechanism or anything like that. Like that's what this like AI vision is able to do.
correct, exactly.
Crazy. I want to know how it works from the back end, but let's 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 just
Unfortunately,
keep going.
couldn't
We
tell
will go
you.
through that. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how that works. And essentially, the main point is that it's just making it way easier to find the relevant creators for the brands and the products.
Awesome. That's great. So can we do a search? I'd love to see this with of like what this looks like.
Let's try Korean beauty since I'm talking about that. And also, this just came up yesterday. So Korean beauty, you can see like this person doesn't really have any bio or anything about beauty in their name, but they're showing up. Let me filter a little bit more. So we do Korean beauty. We already have 29,769 creators out of 2.4 million, right? Um, let's go a little bit deeper and let's do like only the best creators with highest GMV.
Okay, so these are what we would consider high GMV creators, everyone, just so you know. So if they're above 10,000, I generally am considering them a high GMV creator. When we go 50,000 and above, I'm calling that an ultra high GMV creator. Just so everyone knows, the Social Commerce Club, our high GMV creator network, all of the ones that are in that special network, now we have two different ones, but everyone in that special network is 50,000 and above. Because they're a special breed that you need to treat incredibly well because they know how to sell more than anything. And getting them into a group is so important. That's why I love WhatsApp for this, because that is one of those really sticky places. So anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, I typed in Korean beauty, I typed in or I did the GMV filter. So now we have, as you can see, only 321 creators that match Korean beauty and above 10K GMV, right? So now it's crazy. It's only 321. So at this point, it's
What
like,
other synonyms would you use there, Bora? Like, are there other synonyms for Korean beauty? Does the AI feature do that? Like,
so right now, it is going to be kind of doing a extended keyword match on the videos that we've rendered. But to your point, the next phase of this is going to be basically like an AI ChatGPT type prompt. You can be able to like
gotcha.
send a long prompt, and it's going to be able to reason beyond just a keyword match to say, okay, like I want Korean beauty people that have worked on any Korean beauty brand, and then the AI will be able to take that and kind of run with it in an intelligent way.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. That's super interesting. So you don't even have to worry about synonyms like you would in other search tools because it already knows what those synonyms are.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the more you provide, it's probably better, to be honest.
Oh, interesting. So you could go like Korean beauty and something else. Korean beauty or blah 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 blah.
Korean beauty, maybe like sunscreen or something. I don't know. What kind of Korean beauty brands? Sunscreen, skincare, maybe. We can try and see what happens. Sunscreen, skincare.
Ah, interesting. There you go. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I like this.
Yeah. So actually, maybe the more words you add, the more it's finding, because it's finding Korean beauty creators. It's also anybody that has done anything with sunscreen, with skincare. We can kind of look at some of these too. Let's like open up some of these accounts and check it out. Like let's see.
I'm already sorry everyone for the aside here. We're in the midst and like please don't get this like super out there, but we're going to be launching up a really new cool SaaS tool called Halo. That is an incredible analytics tool for omni-channel brands and for TikTok Shop brands that goes through this. Bora, my goal is to have you guys have an amazing integration where we're able to integrate some of these things into Halo as well. So anyway, just something that I'm going to throw out there because I think that there's some really cool stuff we can do together.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing. My first time hearing this. We'll definitely talk about this more after the session. um, but yeah, so essentially, I still recommend, like, once you've done your filter and added all your keywords and whatnot, to go through and still, do your own due diligence and check, like, open up these accounts. I mean, at this point, a human probably could just verify and just make sure, like, this one looks like she's pretty good with the skincare stuff and beauty stuff. So yeah, it's just another filter that you can have for your team to make it easier for your team. And then at some point,
and just to confirm, everyone, it's not just like picking out keywords in their bio or something like that. Like, it's actually like AI vision going and looking at the videos that they post. Right. I think that's the really important thing. Is somebody doing reactions here? I'm seeing reactions pop up on my
screen. I'm seeing things happen.
I love it.
Someone asked us if we can do a live search. Creator wearing socks, shoe product that I'm researching.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's try similar content such as creator wearing socks. Okay, let me delete all these filters. Let's try creator.
I actually like having the filters down there. So like first doing the really big search and then going through and filtering after, I think is really important. I gotta say, I'm at the edge of my seat right now of being able to like going and finding this. I think is really, really interesting. Like I'm going to be sending this to my entire team again, even though they're like, I'd say they're fairly good on Reacher. I think that this is like just some amazing stuff that we can do.
So I'm trying to see if these guys have anything to do with socks. SUNY Sports. Interesting.
There you have it. There you have it. Computer vision did not fail us this time, Bora.
Wow. Lots of socks. It's all socks. But I think this is a brand creator account, it looks like. SUNY
it does, yeah.
But
yeah,
still,
it looks like
that's not bad because socks. There we go. Okay, this is
awesome. And look at that. It's got some viral hits there.
Yeah, 2.1 million on socks. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I mean, it works. it's good. We confirmed.
Great. What do we do next? How do we then take this list and actually get a hold of these people?
Okay, so creators wearing socks. You'd download the list, or you could save it as a list. Because we're on a demo account, I guess I'll just do this. So let's do creators wearing socks. It's a search name, and I'll do like 10K plus GMV. Save that search.
Is that Zohabe? Is that old social snowball Zohabe saying nice hat?
It is. No one else.
Nice hat. I didn't know Zoe was on here. I would have been a little more professional. Oh, Zohabe.
the one and only Zohabe.
This is going to be on YouTube too. So,
who's So? I don't know who So is. Will the list show all the creator contact methods, Anna? Anna, so to answer your question, you could just turn on the email functionality with this list to get the emails of the creators in that list that match the search categories. But we will not display their like texts or anything like that. But you can get the emails from the creators in that list. And then to Jordan's point, if you want to reach out to the creators, you would go to this automations tab and then create new automation. And you could pick from a few different versions, right? You could pick a target collaboration, or you could pick a direct message, both of which are sent in the affiliate center. The kind of analogy I try to use for people that don't know TikTok Shop at all is like a direct message is as if I'm texting you. And then a target collaboration is kind of like a fancy email that I send to you. And usually I recommend sending both an email and a text, which is a target collaboration and a direct message. I don't know.
Gotcha.
That makes sense as an analogy, Jordan? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. So why would you send just a DM and not have the target collab there as well? Is that if you're inviting them to an open collab that you would do that? Or like, what's the reason that you would just do a DM? I don't really understand what the difference is.
Yeah. So a DM would just be, basically you're saying like, hey, we have these products. They're available for anybody to request a sample. It's just kind of like pushing people towards open collab, like you said. Target collab is like if you want to send like a special commission rate, or if you want to just send them a direct invite. It's more aggressive of a sales tactic, I would say. And it's just sending them a direct invite. It's supposed to be more of like special for the creator, like a wedding invite or something. So that's the difference between those two. And then direct messaging.
Like a wedding invite. Okay. Awesome. Love it. So
So
this is where you want to, if you're getting married at any point, this is where you're going to send out your wedding invitations.
yeah. I'm gonna send you a wedding invite via Target collaboration, Jordan.
If I don't get invited to your wedding, Bora,
Oh no,
I am going to come down to the Bay Area and I'm going to hurt you.
you're gonna find
No, I'm going to crash it. Actually, never mind. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to crash it.
Oh man, I want you to come to the Bay Area, so I might not invite you just so you can come down. Excuse to come down and find me. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Jordan.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, it definitely does. Where in this process are we trying to get, where in your opinion, because I definitely have very strong opinions, where are you trying to get them off platform at this point? Like, is this like through a DM that we're trying to get them off platform? Because I think that at any point, if we leave people on platform, we're not building a community, and a community is really at the end of the day what actually matters. Like, so how are you thinking about community and trying to get people in? Because it's great. You can reach out to a high GMV creator, guys. They get like 100 packages a day. Like, it's wild how many packages they get. If you're just messaging them on TikTok, like, good luck. Like, maybe they'll post for you. Like, sure, but it does not mean that you're going to get the requisite 5 videos. I mean, we're always thinking at Social Commerce Club, 5 videos per creator, right? The reason why is because not every video is going to go viral. If you post 5 videos, the 80-20 rule is going to say that one of those videos, right? One of those 5 videos is going to have some form of virality around it. Right. And that's what we're going for. And that's why we're trying to do that. But you can't get somebody to post 5 videos if you don't build a relationship with them and have them off platform. So how are you thinking about that, Bora?
Yeah, for the off-platform part, usually what I recommend is you can come to our CRM tab and kind of see how many creators have posted content already and how many have generated GMV. So
Yeah.
some people like to just invite anybody that posted content to their creator community. I like to be a little bit more strategic and go for the ones that have generated GMV. So from this is like a group of creators, right? You can go here and you can see that like the group is anybody who's generated above $50 in GMV will be in this group. They sold at least one item or 2 items. So from here, then I would actually want to create an automation of this group and say, like, basically have it such that any creator that posted a video and got at least one sale, I want to send them a message automatically saying, hey, we'd love to continue working with you. And basically, like, would you want to join our Discord or WhatsApp community, right? And that's kind of the funnel we recommend to get people off platform into these communities to start building a relationship, like you said, which I would kind of ask you as well. Like, what do you find is the best way to have these relationships with these creators and kind of like build from there, I guess?
I mean, I really think that it's give, ask, right? Like, so anytime that I'm asked a question, I don't know if you guys will notice, I will go to some sort of principle in communication, right? Like, if we're just thinking about tactics when it comes to TikTok Shop, like that, to me, that's kind of boring.
Mhm.
I'm constantly thinking like, how do I add value, right? And by doing that is bringing really great collabs to people. I think that one of the things that most brands get wrong and that they kind of forget is they put their organic commission too low, right?
Yeah.
And so when you think about it, most brands are very happy getting a 2 return on ad spend at scale on any other platform.
Mhm.
A 2 return on ad spend is a 50% commission if you're doing it on organic, right? So think about that. That's like a really big deal. You can offer up to 50%, right? And now obviously TikTok Shop has their percentages that they're taking, right? And you do not want to run that for ads. You're not going to run a 50% commission, but you could run a 10% commission for ads, maybe 5% commission for ads, but have a massively high organic commission. That is the give on the front end that I think is like really that brands are really missing and don't really do the math. For any of you guys that are part of the school group, you'll have access to a calculator, a ChatGPT calculator that I have that shows all of these break-even numbers. It's just really important to understand your break-even and give as much as you humanly can at the beginning. This is why the Blitz methodology is so important, and why going right from the beginning and giving a lot is really important, because that's how you get the flywheel turning. It's really hard to get a wheel turning, but it's really hard to get a wheel to stop turning once you have it turning, right? And I think that's the really big part of that. So James actually asks a question here. I'm just going to show this question because I think this is a really good question here. So, for a new brand, what percentage should we offer? Is 22% low? Does it need to be 50%? Well, first of all, I would actually go back to your costs. And so I would look and see, okay, what are your costs? What can you afford, James? I think that's the important question here is, can you afford more, right? So 50% is massively high. If you can go to 40%, that's a 2.5 return on ad spend, right? If you're thinking about it in return on ad spend sort of metrics. So if you can go up to 40%, awesome. But really going through and figuring out what your calculation, I think, is the really, to calculate your break even is the really important thing here.
I think some people are asking other questions too. Do you want to?
Yeah, let's get into a couple of these other questions here. So let me just look at this one here. So curious to hear more for experienced shops. What are some good qualifications for creators, engagement rate, percentage, etc.? Bora, tell me what your favorite engagement rate metrics are, or your favorite metrics are that you're looking at when you're trying to filter people out.
So for a more advanced shop or more experienced shop, I'm assuming that means they have significant traction. Let's say 50K affiliate GMV per month at least.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that's a good number to sort of say is like once you hit that sort of like 50 to 100K, I'm talking about 0 to 100K often, right? That's like the beginning part of this.
right.
I would say, yeah, 50K GMV and above is like, okay, you've got some traction. Now let's go.
Yeah. Honestly, the metric that we use the most is still GMV at that stage of a brand. Um, More so than engagement rates or like follower counts or anything else really, or units sold. We just mainly focus on GMV, and I think for a brand that's more experienced, you can do that because you're gonna have more interest from higher GMV creators, anyways.
Yeah.
And then really, it's the strategy there for a more advanced shop would be this off platform creator community stuff we're talking about. It's just like really kind of diving into that and running contests um, to these Discord communities. Like let's say you have a Discord community, finding these creators that are coming in top of funnel with Reacher and just through the affiliate center, having like 1 to 5% of them per month actually generating GMV and good content, bringing them off to Discord or WhatsApp, and then constantly running contests and retainer. So contests for sure because that's aligned with your incentives. Like they're aligned with you on hitting a goal to get paid out, and the retainers for like the absolute best creators to just keep them engaged and just keep this content funnel flowing. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of what we see working.
Totally. I wanted to show a quick. So actually, I've got one more question here. Do you guys have an API integration with Discord?
We just got one actually very recently, so we're gonna actually start to automate, allow brands that have Discord communities to automate some of the management of the community as well, like sending messages and things like that. So like brands like Goalie or Mary Ruth's and things like that have huge Discord communities. They need a lot of help on the management side. They have huge teams to do this. So we're building in that direction to be able to help them with these like Discord API integrations.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Bora, you're awesome. I'm going to transition here just for a second, and I want to show you guys how using FastMoss, you're actually able to find some of these creators. So this is kind of a reverse sort of search. And then Bora, I'd love for you to kind of like stay on here and show me now what how exactly we can then take those profiles and then start to message them in Reacher, because I think that there's something really interesting in that as well.
Right.
Anna actually brings up a good point. Is this Anna Casey, by the way, that's on here? If it is, let me know. So creators can now. Oh, awesome!
Oh, it
Anna
is.
Casey is the best. I just want everyone to know. She is a high GMV creator on her own and runs our high GMV creator network. All right, I'm going to show you why I love using FastMoss and why I think that there is that these two play really, really well together. So one thing that Anna Casey brings up here is creators can now include their WhatsApp number in their TikTok Shop profile. Is there a way that you can pull that info, Bora?
Yeah, so we are actually we do have that data in our database now. We are constantly pulling that data along with the emails, and we are going to release a SMS/WhatsApp automation soon as well. So that's in the works currently, but we do have that data. We're just not displaying it. We're not giving it to people just so we don't put people's phone numbers out there.
Totally.
That's one thing.
Um, Yeah, Anna Casey's right. That is going to be absolute gold when we're able to do that. We will be alpha testing that. So thank you so much, Bora, for that. Let me show you guys why and how I use Fastmoss or Calidata to do this. I have very recently become a massive fan of Fastmoss and some of the data that they have. So let me tell you why I like to use the two of them in tandem. So I think that your guys' AI creator search, all of that is absolutely incredible. Here's how I like to find the top creators. So I really think of TikTok Shop and TikTok Shop affiliates as the Pareto principle of the Pareto principle, 80-20 of 80-20, right? That's what I'm always thinking of. And so when you do that math, right, if you do 80-20, so there's 100 creators that are posting for you, 20 of them are going to be decent. Now, 20% of those 20, so four of them four of them are going to be absolutely insane for your brand. And so we see that. And what Fastmoss does is it actually helps us look and find those creators for other brands. Now, something that Anna Casey actually told me ages ago that I thought was not true was that creators would not work with competitors. But one thing that she has told me is that no, that is actually not true. That creators would love to work with direct competitors, right? And I think that that's the big difference between an influencer and a creator, right? Creators are there to make money on the platform. That is the goal, right? At the end of the day, that's what they want to do. They're not nearly as concerned about their building up their brand as they are worried about selling your product, right? So that's a really big difference and a really big differentiator that people need to understand when it comes to this. So I'm going to share here. I'm going to share some Fastmoss analytics and kind of show you how I would go about finding those creators. So first of all, Bora, throw out, or if somebody wants to throw out a certain kind of brand that they have, I'm going to show you how I would go and find complete direct competitors to that brand.
Um, let's do liquid IV.
Awesome. So let's go to Liquid IV. So let's say that we've got something similar to a Liquid IV. We're going to go through here. And right now we can see here's some products. Let's go into here. First of all, they have some like pretty sweet AI features. So there's 32 related products. Here's venture sugar-free electrolyte powder packets, which is very interesting. I'm going to go into this one and share this tab instead. And of course, like Calidata and Fastmoss, one hilarious thing is like they just stack tabs, which
They
is
do.
hilarious. So here's a really, really big one. Here's one of the sort of top sales ones here, and they're doing 5 to 10K a day. This is a really great one for us to look at. So here's a Liquid IV competitor called VenturePal Hydration Boost. So here's what I'm going to look at, and it's really, really simple. I'm going to go down to their affiliates, and I'm going to look and see who their top affiliates are. Interesting, this is actually somebody who's in the beauty space, but we can see that here, and I believe that we are looking at the last 28 days. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But we can see here that this creator has sold 1,000, and you can see that no one else is even close. And so if we can find this, if we can get in touch with this specific creator, we are going to be golden. This is where you need to be spending your time, right? It's like, go ahead. You can like, I really recommend, especially for a blitz launch, like get out to at least 200 creators, maybe 400 creators, somewhere in that sort of range, like get out there. But these are the creators that will change your life. This one right here, right? So when you look at these numbers, it is absolutely massive. Now, here's the most important part. We can actually look and see what she has done here to be able to actually sell this product. So I look and see this particular video here, and I know you guys can't hear that because I can't hear it either. But what we can do is we can go and look at this particular video. First of all, this is a 2-minute video, which is really, really interesting. I would take this video now on Fastmoss. Right here, we can actually download this video, which is super cool without the watermark. We can then take this video. This is what I would do and what I would recommend my team do as well, is take this video, put it into ChatGPT, and pull out from this video all of the different reasons why this video is selling so well. So we've got prompts that we use that will pull some of this data out, but I'd say, why is this particular video selling so well, right? There's something about this video, and it's not necessarily even the creator, but there's something about the way that this video is lined up that is selling incredibly well. And you can see she is 5x the previous creator. So if you can't get in touch with this particular creator, that's okay. But there's something special about what she's doing. And that's where I really find it's like we can actually tap into what this high GMV potential is. And now if you have in-house creators, you can get them making this same type of video, and you get them making a bunch of different variations of this same type of video. That is why I love to use Fastmoss in tandem with Reacher. And I think that that's where the two of them play really nicely together. I think you guys, if you don't already have an integration, I think that you should. Because I think that it's really, really interesting when it comes to those two together. And so that's the very first thing that I would do to start looking. This is her top video. We don't have a ton of time left. So I've got a bunch of questions here I'm going to go into. Right now I would say Fastmoss. So I've got access to Fastmoss. I'm just going to go through a few different questions here. So first, interesting. I like Calidata right now to search for high potential creators. Why would you say Fastmoss is better for that? I think that their data is better. Anna Casey has definitely shared, as far as our creators are concerned, the data on Calidata is severely off comparatively. Whereas Fastmoss we're finding a lot better. I think that they've just got better features right now. So that's the big thing and the reason why that it's more creator data focused. And that's really what we care about, is the creator data at the end of the day, right? That's what I care about. Bora, any thoughts on that?
No, I think you got it. Yeah, I mean, I also used Fastmoss. I use Fastmoss still, but I use it more on the shop side. They have a lot of data on different shops and like lifetime GMV and affiliate GMV. You can also find the affiliates they're working with through the shop tab as well. It's just they have a ton of data and they're constantly pulling more data. So I think it's useful to have at all times.
Totally. Also, just a heads up, everyone, Fastmoss is putting on a big event coming up in LA, I believe. So if you guys are interested, I actually have some free tickets to it. Feel free to reach out to me and let me know. And Anna Casey, that reminds me, I need to send you the link to give some people some free tickets too. So
I'll take a free ticket, Jordan. Thanks.
Yes, I will get you a free ticket, Bora. Absolutely. That's the connections of being of you and me being buddies here. So
there you go. Free tickets.
I've got another question from James here that I'm going to go through, and we're going to be wrapping up in just a couple of minutes. But I'm going to take some of these like really big questions that you guys have before we go off here. Does Reacher or Fastmoss work with new and young brands? They're amazing. But anything to launch strong your first month so you can afford more expensive but worth it monthly cost. Bora, what do you think about this question? Is it worth using these tools? And again, I know you've got a horse in the race. I have no horse in the race. So maybe actually I'm going to answer this question here, James. There are two ways that you can pay for things, James, in this world. This is my dad talk. Time or money. So just whichever one you want to use. These tools save you incredible amounts of time. I am, as I've gotten older, more apt to trade certain tools like this for and pay a little bit for them. Both of these tools actually, like you guys have a really good cold start rate, don't you, Bora?
Yeah, we have. I mean, I would say it goes as low as $129 to use us per month, which is way cheaper than any human you would hire to do this for you anyways. But also the time you save is just insane. I mean, like if you've been in TikTok shop platform, you know how tedious it is to find the creators, copy and paste the message, copy and paste their usernames, all that stuff, right?
Like really bad.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why, James, I would recommend using them. I think that it's definitely worthwhile at the beginning, because otherwise you're just going to be spending so much time, and getting that traction at the beginning is the most important part. Here's another question here that I want to go through here. Have any of you guys used flat face based invitations via TikTok shop rather than commission based ads? Has that resulted in a better response from high quality creators? Bora, love to know if you're seeing anything out there on any of the flat commission.
So through the TikTok, he's asking directly through the TikTok platform. I have seen a few people try it. but it has certain limitations where, like, for example, you can only do it per one video. Like, you can't set like, oh, I want to pay $30 per video for 300 videos or whatever, or 30 videos, right? You can't do that. Of course, it's worked. Like, it works to send the money and get the video in response. But on a larger scale, I don't think most brands are just doing paying for one video at any given time. They're usually trying to do like a bulk video deal with these creators. So I
Totally.
still don't think it's that useful yet. From what I've seen with the brands trying it out, but I'm sure they're gonna update it accordingly to.
One thing here that Anna Casey says is creators are loving the on-platform flat fees that are paid on app because it's more secure and easy. I would love to actually know, Anna Casey, if you can put in the comments there, where are those creators? Like how much, like what is the average video going for on those flat deals?
Yeah, I'd be interested too because I've
Yeah,
been seeing
that's
30. Well, actually, no, that's a one video flat deal. So I'd assume it's more expensive. Okay, 250, 450. Yeah, that makes sense.
and that's for how many videos?
I think it's for one. Yeah,
That's for one video.
that's the
Okay. So
limitation I talked
that's
about.
so so that's if you want to go after high GMV creators, that's the way to actually get them to guarantee to post is paying them that flat fee for one video. Is that kind of what we're talking about here?
Seems like it. But I guess I'd ask you, Jordan, I guess since Anna isn't on this call, like how useful do you
I'm
think?
gonna have Anna Casey on the next call. By the way, I think that's what we're gonna do. Is we're just gonna go ask the high GMV creator.
Yeah.
I think that's the best one. If you guys are watching on YouTube and you want that, let me know in the comments. Or if you're listening to this on Spotify, send it out to me. No, it's so great to have you on here.
I want
Yeah,
it.
love that.
I think you should
Awesome.
do that, Jordan. You should
Yeah,
definitely.
great. Great. I mean, this is crazy. We're all almost on for an hour, and every single person has stayed on the whole call, which is just wild. So,
Oh wow.
this is this is awesome and obviously massive value. I don't know the answer to this question, but I'm going to throw this question out there as well. One more question. How do those invites show in a creator's inbox? The purpose is so I don't get lost in the many commission-based invites. So how does that show up in the inbox? Anna Casey, I'm going to get you to answer that. That's through TikTok One, is where that shows up. So for those of you not using TikTok One, that is where it shows up. Just so everyone knows, we're going to go into that next time. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you guys are watching this here, look out for the next invite that I'm going to have Anna Casey on, and we're going to talk all about this. And we will get her screen sharing as well. I hope that was helpful for you guys today. If you guys have any more questions, please reach out to me on School. I try and get to those questions within a couple of days. Every once in a while, I'm not able to get to those questions. But if you guys have questions, reach out to me on School. That is the best use case for that. That is me answering those questions, just so you guys know. Really appreciate you, Bora, today coming on. That was absolutely insane. Guys, go use Reacher. I think there's some coupon code I have. It's actually hilarious. It's Jordan West 20, but you get 40% off your first month. I don't know who on the Reacher team was responsible for that, but highly, yeah, highly recommend those guys because they are friggin' awesome. My favorite tool out there right now. If I could build that tool and beat them, I would. But I'm deciding to go somewhere else, and we're going to talk about this right after we stop this recording. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming on. Bye.